We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to try to push back up here through resistance levels after doing a full transition from bright green bars to white with red borders. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 8:20 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY doing that full transition here from bright green bars to white with red borders and coming back up so far, hitting dark green bars. So in today's video, we're going to break down what's going on with the inflow versus outflows in bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Netflix bot. Our Netflix bot sent out a bear indicator since yesterday at 12:40 p.m. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision into the end of the day and even into today's pre-market and even after the bell. And from that moment forward after the bell, put options continue to go up and they went up 300% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area of bright green bars to the dip area of white with red borders on 42 vision and trying to bounce back up so far to dark green bars. And the last piece of the transition would be bright green bars. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here, and you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY under a bull indicator here at around 406.30 and inflows crossing over in the middle of the day, guys. So far in this transition, it's gone from white with red borders to dark green, and the last piece missing, as I stated earlier in the video, is bright green bars to complete a full transition. Now, this is based off the 30-minute within the volatility. If we look at the 15-minute, we'll be able to see when those inflows cross and how things were reacting within today's movement. Now, we talked about the key support levels in yesterday's video, which was 405, and then below that came 403 and 400, and it found support there at around 404, and even at the opening bell, it came down towards it and bounced off of it at 405 and brought itself back up towards that 407, 408 area. And we need to talk about the key levels to watch here that I would watch going into Monday. So inflows have crossed over. This is going to be crucial for the strength here if the bulls continue to stay above it. And if not, the bears can reappear if it quickly comes back down, because it's really, really close here, right? It's at 0.82 of inflows. Now, let's go ahead and zoom in here and look at this from the 15-minute to see what happened within the volatility. So the inflows crossed right after the bell there, and they went to highs here of 2.35. Bull indicator popped up at 405.60s, went up, came back to that level, formed like a double bottom effect, and it's bouncing back up. But something that's interesting here is towards the end of the day, it's hit its first bright green bar in the full transition here from the dip area to the rip area on the 15-minute time frame, which is a little bit more volatile. And there was a brief moment where outflows crossed over. Now inflows are back up, but we're really close here to the midpoint, and it's going to be crucial for the bulls to pull away from it, continue to hold strong here with this bull indicator, and continue the staircase effect to the upside by testing higher resistance levels. So that's going to be crucial. I'm going to be watching how those inflow versus outflows react here, especially on the 15-minute, and how close it is here to the midpoint, because if it crosses to the downside, it could significantly start to reflect into the chart and even affect the 30-minute and cancel out this bull indicator in the process by a possible bear indicator. So I would not ignore that, and that's the first thing I would watch within the volatility, right? Because the 15-minute is much more volatile. Now, when we go over to the 30-minute, we could see here that within the 30-minute, the bulls are putting up a fight. But when we zoom out and look at this from the bigger picture, it gets more interesting. Why? Because there's some critical levels being reached, and it's something to not ignore. Why? We have a bear indicator here since up here at 411. It came all the way down from the rip area to the dip area, and so far has transitioned back up to red bars with green borders. And the next piece that's missing is dark green and bright green if it continues, right? But these inflows picked up from way down here at -8 of outflows back up to crossing the midpoint, right? But really, really close right there. It's at 0.06 as you see it, and this is critical and crucial going into next week. Why? Because if it could start pulling away from it, it could start reflecting that strength into the chart, especially if it starts pushing upwards. And some of the highest inflows we reached in the last several days and weeks was 3.76, and even highs here of 11.4. Now, is it guaranteed to reach those levels? No, but something to not ignore and keep in mind here within the volatility. And if that strength continues, it could possibly cancel out this bear indicator and get a bull indicator in the process. Now, if that bear indicator continues to hold true and this is just volatility, well, it's going to still be crucial, because if it rejects and comes right back down, that could quickly start to reflect into the chart, and this bear indicator continues to hold true. So it's going to be crucial to watch these levels I'm about to share with you guys, and these inflow versus outflows, as we're at a critical level on the 1 hour and pretty close to the 30-minute and 15-minute of staying above the midpoint, guys. So here we are with 0.82 of inflows, right? And it's green above the midpoint on the 30-minute. And I'm going to be watching, could it pull upwards, continue to reflect that strength into the chart, and hold true this bull indicator, and in the process, the 15-minute and even the 1 hour going up with it. And the first level I would watch to the upside is 410. Then above that is 413, where that bear indicator popped up. And then above that comes 415. That's a critical level that's rejected multiple times within this volatility. And then above that comes the 420 area that has not been reached by the bulls. The closest they got to it here with the bulls was 418, but that's what comes after 415 based off the resistance and supports and the history of the chart. So I'm going to be watching those levels to the upside, but if these inflows lose traction, right, and we don't see it go up on the 30-minute or on the 15-minute, and things pull right back down and things start to reflect quickly into the chart, and same thing on the 30-minute chart, well, I'm going to be watching the first support 405, then below that 403, and then comes 400. And if 400 gets broken through, then comes 395. Those are the key levels to the downside. And if this bull indicator gets canceled in the process of any pull down and outflows dominating on multiple time frames, especially if that rejection happens here on the 1 hour, it's going to be crucial to watch and not ignore as it finally crossed over. And if it rejects, it could quickly start to go down, because once those outflows cross over, you could see what happened here February 8th at around 412. And as it pulled downwards, it hit lows that day of 410, and the next day all the way down to 406. So things start to move pretty quickly. So I'm going to be watching those inflow versus outflows, bull and bear indicators. And once again, those are the key levels I'm going to be watching to the downside and to the upside. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.